This is Miss T from Jazzy Braids. So I want to go through the process of what all I packed and why I packed it for Miss Crystal's lovely wedding. Of course, a wedding is someone's biggest, most important day, so you obviously don't want to forget something or not have something that you might or possibly need or someone there need, so obviously your first thing to do is look at your calendar, right? Check out your calendar, see what's coming up. You always want to stay ahead of your calendar. Your notes, the dates, the time frame that you need and that you have between makeup, hair, photos, the bride eating or drinking something in between, potty breaks, cigarette breaks if they're a nicotine or anything else smoker, hey, this is their day. It's not about what we need to get done and everything. Also, it's also about what they need to be able to get through with that day and still enjoy it. So of course, if you're doing it by yourself, or if you're working with a partner like me and Miss Jazzy did, we tackled this wedding together. Me and Miss Jazzy sat down, we made a list going on what we need, and I just wrote it all down. It's what best for me is visual and writing it, what we need, writing it down to the little tiniest bits, bobby pins, bags, hairs, combs. So sit down and really think about what all you need for that service alone, and then plus them. You want a playlist. We made a playlist we got of what the Miss Crystal likes to listen to and enjoy. So we got hers and a little bit of ours all intertwined there. So really sit down with you yourself, or if you're working with a partner, of what you are going to need that whole day to keep it good, happy, flowing, and easy for not only you, but for the bride or the client in general. We wanted music to make sure, again, back to that playlist, we wanted music. So I made sure to pack not one, but 2 speakers, because I got there early, and, well, what happened? I got the first Bluetooth set up, working, music connected, no problems, people jamming. I stepped away, answered a phone call, messed up the whole Bluetooth connection. So, of course, my luck, but thankfully, backup speaker. That one reconnected, no problem, easy peasy, and we had the music right back. Prepping your tools before the day, you want to make sure that you have your containers, whatever you're putting it in. You can see there we have our Cosmo container, and then we had a suitcase. We want to make sure we had plenty of room to be able to safely store and move everything. It was nice, both of them had wheels and handles. It made it easier to be able to move it around. Sometimes if you don't go beforehand and check out what your location looks like, and what that venue looks like, or where you're going to be for that day of service, you don't know how far you're walking or what you're pushing, so it's better to be prepared and have something that's easy for you and safe for you, as well as for your tools to get from your car into the venue to set up. Like I said, the good cases, you want to make sure you go through getting that list, the list of what you need, getting all your tools. You can see we got our hot tools listed there. We have the camera lights, the bag for it. Again, safety is our friend. You can see here I made sure to prep my little cute fanny pack with some of our business cards for the party, the bridal party, the venue. So whoever asked, oh, where are you, here you go, here's our business card right there for you. Fanny pack's not the cutest, but I still rock it, and it comes in handy. To make sure we had plenty of towels, rollers, hairspray, again, combs, our Aquanet. Please, please, please remember, the day of, you make sure you have not only all of your products, but as well, if you're putting any type of bejewels or anything in your client's hair, you have that for the day of. I made sure to pack, mascara, nail glue. I really want to make sure that, again, like I said, I showed up early. You can see there that I set up the lights, everything, made it all neat, clean, everything set up, and it was ready to go before the time that we were even supposed to be there. Be early, be prepared. And again, if you're able to before, know your venue, check it out, go out, look at it before. get the scope of it, Google it. It's literally, know your drive for what you're doing. It definitely helps to ensure that not only you, but the bride has a beautiful wedding and it all goes smoothly. Because again, like I said, you're working with, if you're not doing the hair and makeup, you're working with other cosmetologists or other, beauticians that are trying to get this bride done and ready and out the door and ready for her day. So you have to make sure that, your tools are aligned, safe, ready to go. We had to make sure, we made sure we brought extension cords. We had our safe places for all the hot tools to be plugged in and safely, and the lines all wrapped and safe and tucked so no one was tripping. They were all out of the way still, but yet we still were able to move around and go wherever we needed to with those tools and it still be safe and stable. One bonus of our stands, again, be prepared, work smarter, not harder. Again, you want to just, always think of what could go wrong. Make sure you have backups of everything, Always think about what could possibly happen the day of. They always say to think of the biggest fears. Well, sometimes when you're the one there to kind of solve and prep and get ready to do them, you want to make sure that you have everything you can need. Again, you want to make sure you have all the bejewels, all the hair ornaments, the bobby pins, the makeup, the extra mascara, the nail glue. You never know. You always want to make sure, and you want to make sure that the day of, I went around, I got pictures and videos of the bride's dress, the shoes, everything for her so she could have that, and as well as know that I went and double checked everything was good and looked good and was all set and ready to go for her. Give her that peace of mind. Keep them happy. Keep them flowing. Keep the music going. The day of is already so stressful. You don't want to make it worse. So, keep them happy. Keep them occupied. Especially because they got to sit there for so long. Hair, makeup, everything. Make sure it looks good. You want to keep them happy. If you can keep them happy, everything else is solid and golden. So again, another note, I like to make sure that you always have the client double check. Have them look at it, stand up, move around, double check, look in the mirrors, see and make sure that they really, really like what you are giving and doing for them.